So tell us a little bit about the whole, how you got interested in even doing craft beer.
Well, I think there's sort of a two-part story, really. The first part was, being touring disc golfers, traveling the country, traveling the world. There was always this need to go out to a restaurant or find something to do in the town that we were going to be in for a week. And one thing that we sort of recognized was that the cool place to be was usually the craft beer brewery in town, or one of the two or three, in some of the bigger cities. And, it was like, okay, so, as time went on, we found ourselves going to the brewery. Even if it wasn't to drink beer, they always had great food, or it was a great atmosphere. So we ended up being in a lot of breweries. So that's where I think the passion for enjoying craft beer really started. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, and I can even remember traveling around with my parents and traveling across the country. They loved craft beer, but like Nate said, they have great food, and you're going to experience the local culture if you go into any craft brewery. So I think that's really fun about going to anywhere, if it's a big city or if it's a small town like Emporia, you're going to experience the culture of that place you're in at a craft brewery.
What's something you guys want people to understand about Bevel?
Well, we want to focus on, we like our hoppy beers, we like IPAs, so a lot of the beers and the recipes that Nate creates are basing that on having the hop be the center of the beer. And this one that we're brewing for the Glass Blown Open, it is a Siason. So it's not necessarily a beer that you would pick out and go, oh yeah, that beer has a ton of hops in it. But we added that bevel twist to it, and we put a lot of hops in at the end, so it's going to have an amazing aroma to it. You're going to taste the hops, but it's not bitter. So like what Nate was saying about creating recipes, the way you use those ingredients matters as well. So that creates the bitterness, the flavor, and the aroma, depending on what time you add it into the brewing process. So we like to add a lot of hops and balance the flavors as best we can, utilizing the hop. Basically from the start, once we started brewing, once Nate got his education through reading books and we started home brewing, I think our focus has always been on, it'd be amazing to open a brewery someday, and we've always been aspiring to open a brewery. And our big dreams were to own a bunch of property, have a disc golf course on there, have our brewery, have a restaurant, and we are still working toward that goal. But right now at our doorstep, we're working on creating the brewery, developing our brand, and opening a brewery in Bend, Oregon, where we live. And so that's what we're focused on right now. And right now we have the opportunity to brew all these collaboration beers and still play disc golf tournaments. And I think that's all working toward that dream of us opening our own brewery.
So tell us what the players can expect as far as taste from this year's GBO. I think it's called the Headwind, the Slight Headwind Siason.
Well, a Saison is a Belgian or a French seasoned beer, a farmhouse style beer. But what they can expect is a beer that's going to be very fruity, very citrusy, very easy to really kind of come up to and smell and be like, wow, it smells great, taste it. It's not going to be overly bitter. So it's going to be a really nice, refreshing, flavorful beer that I think all the players are going to really love to come in off, whether it's windy, sunny, rainy, cold, warm, whatever out there. They're going to be happy to come in, enjoy one of these beers, and I think it's going to be a great experience for sure. I think the most important thing is I really got to thank JJ, the whole crew here at Radius. JJ's been one of the best brewers to work with. He's very dedicated to his beer and also to disc golf. And since the very beginning, we got to thank Doug Bierkes as well from DD for bringing us two together, because without guys like Doug or guys like JJ, our dream of doing collaborations and bringing craft beer and disc golf together would be impossible. So really got to send a big thanks out to those guys and everybody else who had anything to do with it, and then of course all the disc golfers that are going to come help support it. So yeah, really looking forward to the week of the GBO, and I think it's going to be great disc golf, great beer, great food here at Radius, and Emporia is going to do another great job as they always do.